Hey, y'all, we getting this party started. It's starting a little later than what we normally do, but that is perfectly okay. It is perfectly okay. So this is not the trail that I intended, but we could do what it do. We're gonna make it do what it do. The sun is shining, so someone just came in. I can't really see your name, and I apologize. But we're gonna head on out on this adventure. Welcome in. Again, the sun is shining in my screen, so I'm not ignoring you. I see some people coming in, but the sun is shining in my screen. But we're gonna get this adventure started. So this is the trail. I've been to this place before, but never on their trail. So we're gonna go and check out the trail and see what's going on with the trail. So as stated before, if you were here before, but before we do that, let me do something here. So someone else just came in. Hey, the sun is shining in my screen, y'all, so I'm not able to really see names. But welcome in, welcome in. The skate tech. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't see. But hey, well, if you are new here, welcome to the Self Care Suite. I am Coach Robin Renee. We come here on Sundays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Super T Podcast Show. Oh, I might need to talk to you. We come here on Sundays, 3 p.m. to kick off our shoes and relax our feet to discuss the many ways to wellness. We also share sustainable, practical, useful self-care strategies because our financial challenges should not prevent us from investing in our wellness account every day. So I think this, I don't know if it's in chronological order, but I would just want to take a pause here. So this is dedicated to veterans. The Civil War from 1861 to 1865, the War of 1812. So again, this will be the Revolutionary War. My first time on their trail. I've been here before. I've taught classes here before. So here's the Veterans Memorial, dedicated to the memory of those who gave their lives and to all those who served our country during times of wars and conflicts. May your efforts never be forgotten and our respect never die. The American Legion, Post 883, 1991. Also, the Department of the Air Force, United States of America, Department of the Navy, United States Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Department of the Army, United States of America, and Department of the Navy. So the Persian Gulf, Desert Storm, Vietnam War. I wonder, are these numbers the number of people lost? I don't know. The Korean War, I need to find out. World War II and World War One. Oh, probably. Okay, I should have went the other way. The Spanish American War. Yeah, I think it may be in chronological order. Is this the first one we went to? So we're going. Yep. So we're gonna hit the trail. So again, maybe we're not gonna hit the trail. So I got to walk over the grass, which I really don't like. Those are the numbers of that's what I was wondering. Okay, those were the casualties. Thank you so much. That's what I was wondering. Wow, that was a lot of people lost in those wars. So the gate is closed, but it's open on this side. So we got a bench out here. And this is Anas Muhammad. Hey, you all, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you are coming in from. So again, I have been in this place before, taught classes here, but I have not gone on the trail. So this is going to be interesting to see the trails. Oh, so they are closed from this. Okay, but I know where I can get in. So we're gonna hit their trail. This is a beautiful, beautiful. And it's a public space. Hey, what's up, Jersey? No, I am in Illinois. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in the Midwest, the mighty, mighty Midwest, the best. Illinois. Don't be pronouncing that S. You say Illinois, the S is silent. Hey, let me know. This is again my screen. Is it Acorn? Acorn Bob? Hey, welcome in. Let me know where you guys are chiming in from. We're in the Midwest. We're in America. We are blinking over here, so y'all come help us. We blinking twice. We blinking 10 times over here in America. Y'all come help us. Y'all come get us. But let us know where you are. From Malaysia. Welcome in, Malaysia. We got Jersey. So we have Jersey and Malaysia. If my cameras go down, it's because there's people out here. So I'm typically, when I teach over here, I teach Pilates in this park. When I typically teach over here, it's early in the morning. So it's usually just people on the trail, but these like family. So, I mean, I'm not just trying to show y'all the parking lot, but it just feels creepy putting people on your camera. I don't want to do that. Then there's something else to that too. I'll tell y'all in a minute. Let me get across here. So the other thing about that, putting people on your camera, so this is, hey coach, hey everyone, okay, your screen, okay, wait till I get in the shaded area. Ooh, this is so hard to read. But hey, welcome in y'all. But this is the other thing. So one, I just don't like having people on my camera. Like I said, it feels a little creepy. So who is this? Misa? Hey, welcome in. And if you could tap on the screen, where am I going? Okay, I'm about to hit this trail. So let me tell y'all this other part is kind of funny. So I don't like having people on my camera. One, like I said, it just feels weird, and everybody don't like being filmed, even though they're in a public place. So I try to be respectful with that. But the other part is, what if somebody spot their person and they not supposed to be there? And then they get busted. And I'm the one that did the video. So that ain't gonna be good. Oh yeah, I always respect people's privacy. Wouldn't that be hilarious if they were like, that's my that's my girl, that's my dude, and they weren't supposed to be there and they saw them on my video. I don't want that smoke. I do not want that smoke. So I'm out here like James Brown. I don't know if y'all know about James Brown. I think it's the Big Payback. If I think it's something, but I know the beginning of it because I love it. In his song, I think it's a Big Payback. James Brown says, I ain't gonna call your name because you might not want nobody to know you in here. But you got to really listen to the song to understand that's what he's saying. Because you don't have to ask James Brown used to talk. James said, I ain't gonna call your name because you might not want nobody to know you in here. So it's not, yeah, I know it ain't my fault. But I don't want that. But I'm just saying, wouldn't that be hilarious? Not for the person who got busted. It certainly wouldn't be hilarious for them. But I'm like, man, but I know that has happened. Somebody has got caught up just by somebody seeing them on video on social media. And you hugged up, you booed up, and you got to boo at home. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, so we're going to go around the pond. So there's a little pond. So again, I have been in the park before teaching Pilates, but I haven't been on the trails. But this is nice. So for September, if you're new here, welcome to the self-care suite. So for September, what I committed to do was go on hikes. So each Sunday, oh wait, let me go into the shade. So that's a gorgeous view. Yeah, but wait till we get to the other side. So it's a beautiful park. So I committed to going hiking because I'm a hiker as well. So I want to just take you all out on different trails when I go out hiking. So that's what I committed to for September. But today I had an event earlier, but on my way back from the event, y'all hear them crickets? But on my way, ooh, this is stagnant water over here. So I got to move on because that stagnant water means mosquitoes. Is that Chunky? Hey, what's up? So I had an event, and on my way back home, there was like a major traffic incident. So if you're in the Chicagoland area and you were either on the Ryan or on 57, it was bad. So I don't know what happened. I hope it wasn't no fatalities, but it was bad. So we were caught up in traffic, which threw me off from the trail that I really wanted to go to today. But I'm going to say I was supposed to do this pivot. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that down there. But I'm taking it I was supposed to do this pivot and come to a local park because sometimes people don't have access to trails. So this is a way. Are you alive? Are you alive? Wait, is that bird alive? I don't know. That might be a statue. Because that bird ain't moving it up. Wait a minute. Are you alive? Can y'all see that bird? Yes, he's alive. He's alive. Can y'all see that? Okay, I'm gonna try to zoom in. Y'all, hang tight, hang tight. I gotta readjust my cameras, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Look, look. Yep. And I'm disturbing. I'm over here talking. That bird trying to get some food, and I'm over here talking. All right, tubers, let me put y'all up there. Okay, talkers, I gotta lower you all down. Uh-oh. Tubers, let me show you what we just saw. But the bird is alive. Okay, let me go, because I don't want you coming over here, because I ain't no fish. There we go. Y'all see that? Beautiful. Yes, this is a local park. So back to what I was saying. Back to the lecture at hand. So everybody may not have access to a trail, and sometimes you may just have to go to the local park. So I'm going to accept this as a pivot that I needed to do, because like I said, I haven't been out on this trail. I only come in here. I'll show you where I teach. Is anybody in the pavilion? Yeah. So the pavilions where I teach, they're still empty. So I'll take you all around. Yeah, I know I was disturbing. The Super T podcast. Yeah, I was disturbing. So you need to get out and start more. Yes. So this is a local park. Thank you all so much for liking it live, and share it out if you think you need. I mean, you want to show somebody. I mean, even if you don't know them. You know, I heard a live host say this, and I think it's a good idea. She said, just share it out, because whether you think your people may want it or not, you don't know that, and somebody may really need what's going on in that live. I said that was a really good idea. So she was like, just share it out anyway. You never know who will need this today. Never know. I think that's a good idea, because typically we think, well, share it to your friends. She was like, just share it to whoever you're connected to, you know, whether you know them or not. Just share it, because what if somebody needs what's going on in that live and you don't think, you know, that they need it? So, I mean, share it out. Share it out if you could, if you will. So this is one side. Oh, it's getting real cool, and I left my other jacket, but that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Thank you all so much for liking the live. Again, we are exploring the trails. I have been in the space before, but never on the trails. So I'm just looking at this as a pivot that I didn't know I needed to make, because we are still going out on it. So if it's in a local park, it's kind of, you know, considered more of a nature walk, but that's what a hike is. A hike is a nature walk through the woods. That's what it is. This is perfect for meditation, and that water. See, now I'm a water feature person. So this is what I do when I go on a trail, or if I'm even looking up a trail, I look and see if there's a water feature attached to it. Because then, you know, that gives me a little bit more motivation to want to do the trail. So if I take you out somewhere, it's some water somewhere involved. Just hang tight with me. It's some water. We're going to get to the water. Okay, if you are in the Chicagoland area, I'm going to tell you about this one trail I went to. So you always thought a hike. Yeah, a hike is climbing mountains too. But I'm just saying, like, the general definition is it's pretty much a nature walk. But yeah, it's climbing mountains as well. Because you can do a hike. So I'm also an advanced outdoor hike and trail leader. So, I mean, I can give you this education. But yeah, so you can have hikes on, like, this would be considered a gravel terrain. So they're like different terrain. So a mountain would be a terrain, if that makes sense. It would be like a hilly terrain. So the terrain is what you're walking on. But basically, you know, the general definition of a hike is just being out in nature. So this is like a local hike with the park districts in Chicago. They have that's basically what it is. So in Chicago, they have, so Chunky, this is at Northerly Island. So there's a whole program the Chicago Park District has, and it's like an urban adventures program, and it's called Front Country Outdoor Training or something like that. I can't remember the whole name, but I did that one too. But front country just means you're in an urban setting. You're not in a rural setting. You're not in the back country or out on the trail. And it's to take the kids in the city to the local parks that they normally wouldn't go to. So Chunky, like Lincoln Park. There are trails in Lincoln Park, but there are also trails on Northerly Island. Oh my God. So Northerly Island, it's like 40 some acres back there. If you've never been back there and you're in the Chicagoland area, go back there. It's a lot of trails. So, and this is for anybody else, if you're not from the Chicagoland area, just look up your local parks and look at the descriptions of the parks. and they'll be able to let you know like what's in the park, like what are the features in the park. And so I like finding those. I like to call them gems in the city, so that people will know, oh, I can go and do this. So with the Chicago Park District, with that program, I wonder if they still have it, because I got certified before with them before lockdown. So I just didn't go back and recertify. But I wonder if they're still in existence. But they had the great camp out, like the great family camp out, and they take kids from the city and take them out on Northerly Island. Okay, so you all see this pier right here? So Northerly Island has piers like this, and it has like big green spaces. So basically the kids are the tents are propped up like along the water, and oh my God, it's so beautiful. And they are camping. So these kids who may never leave the city, or who may never get the opportunity to go camp, and it's free. It's a free family camp night. They, do the s'mores, the campfire stories, and all that stuff. They provide the food and everything. So it was a really good program. I don't know if it's still in existence now because I haven't looked into it, but it was a really good program for those kids. And they teach them how to, pitch tents, to find safe campsites. I mean, it's simulated, but there's a way that if it's going to be safe for you to camp in a certain spot. Like you can't just go and throw your tent up, like right here. If I want to go over here and just throw a tent up, there are things that I need to know about this space that will let me know if I should put my tent there. So while we're looking at it, it's looking beautiful, yeah? But let's walk up a little bit closer. So if you walk up closer, so this edge is in water. Chances are the water does not stop there. So they're stargazing near the little red schoolhouse. Oh, yes. So see that? Chances are that water doesn't stop right there. The water probably goes to where you see this slant. So it wouldn't be safe to just throw your tent up there right by, the foliage, because you want a pretty view of the flowers. You've been to slid down in that water. I'm just saying, I don't know. But there's just certain things. And like this, of course, on these rocks, that wouldn't be wise. So they just teach, kids the safety tips on how to look for a good campsite. Like here, this is slanted coming down here. Now this is dry, it's away from the water, so that checks the boxes, but it is slanted. So then that means that your tent is going to be slanted, which means that your tent may not, give you the coverage, the proper coverage that you may need should it start raining. I'm just saying, because if your tent is slanted, depending on how well you staked it down, yeah, you could have some slippage going on there, and we don't want that. So do I want to go around the big way? All right, let me show y'all the pavilions while you're on here. So I'll show you where I teach when I come here to teach Pilates. I'll show you where I teach. Like I said, I didn't take the trails, but it's beautiful. And then there's another water feature on the opposite side. So we'll walk over there and then come loop back around. So again, welcome in. This is the Self-Care Suite. We meet on Sundays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to kick off our shoes, relax our feet, and discuss the many ways to wellness. We exchange. So we want some exchange going on. We want to exchange useful, practical, sustainable, low-cost or no-cost self-care strategies, because financial challenges should not stop us from investing in our wellness account every day. We should be able to deposit something in our self-care account every single day. Okay, the bird is still there, y'all. I guess some fish like, no, sir, no, ma'am. We are not coming up. So now we're up a hill. So I don't know if you can tell that this is slanted down. We're up a hill now. We're up the hill. So I will show you both places where I teach Pilates. And one morning I came out here, I had to literally clean up. I had put on some music and came and cleaned up. Like I was cleaning up the house on Saturday morning. Because somebody had a party. All right, here's one of the pavilions that I teach Pilates in. So I'll take you around so we can go inside. So there's a squirrel in there now, so somebody must have left some snacks. But this is one of the pavilions. So this is a smaller pavilion. So if I have a class of maybe, definitely under 10, this is where we would go. Ooh, hang on, y'all. These flowers. Ah! And my water is in the car. I may have to walk back to the car. Here we are. This is one space. And this is the view. This is the view. So this is the small pavilion. So one morning I came out. Ooh, sorry, y'all. One morning I came out to teach, and I couldn't figure out. I was coughing. You been in there? Okay, possibly. And one of the ladies in class, she was like, "It's those flowers. They do it to me every time." I was like, "What in the world?" I was like, something got in my throat. She was like, "No, it's them flowers." So whatever they are, I guess I should have put it on the Google Lens and found out what it was. But she said it happens to her too around those flowers. Cause it was like I just had this coughing fit. But she said that's what it was. In memory of all who served. It's from the American Legion Post 883. So the white, I don't know if you can see that white over there, but that's another part of the trail. And we're on the yellow brick road. Well, we're on the red brick road. Red gravel road. So now we'll go to the big pavilion. To the big pavilion. So this is if I have 20, I think the most we've had down here was about maybe 20, 21. But I think we can probably get 30 in here comfortably. I don't like them classes where folks are piled on top of each other and be breathing and stuff on each other. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I want people to be comfortable and you have space because Pilates is a lot of breath work. And I just don't think folks want folks breathing on them. Okay, let me go down because there's people over there. So I'm going to go to the other side. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Okay. So it's a family over there. So I haven't used that larger one, but this is what I would consider the big pavilion that we use. So you see the ceiling. So I think we had like 21 in that big class. But if you're just joining us, let us know where you're joining in from. And then there's a playground. So we're going to make our way around to the fountain. But thank you all for joining. Thank you for joining the self-care suite. This is where we be chilling. But I am moving the self-care suite over to the tube, but I don't think I'm going to do the weekly anymore. I'm still working that part out. But I want to move it over to a different platform just to see. So I do have the tube on here now, which is a part of why I have started going live over there just to see how it works. But then the other part with that commitment, I made the commitment in January that I would do it once a week for at least for the year. I may have better success, maybe. But when I made that, I hope so. But when I made that commitment, I knew that I was sacrificing my freedom on Sundays because Sundays is just my chill day where I do whatever I want to do on Sundays. So I knew that that's what I was doing. So I didn't do it being forced to do it. I did it with full knowledge of what I was doing. And so what it's turning into, and then I also moderate somebody else's live too. So now what it's turning into is like Sunday is a work day. And me no like he that. Me no like he that at all. Me no like he that. Sunday is my chill day. So it should not feel like a work day. It should not. What's up, Delaware? Thank you so much for sharing the live. Thank you so much. Hey, Maya. Welcome in. So here's another one of the fountains. So where we came from is way over there. And now we're at another fountain. So we'll make our way around. Look, y'all remember what I just said about I ain't want to put nobody on my camera, in case they're not supposed to be there. It's a couple over there. I hope they're supposed to be together. I'm gonna hold my camera. Yours is Saturday? Yeah, Saturday is cool too. But especially by me being, in the Chicagoland area, in the summers, I already knew that those would be sacrificed because a lot of people get out and do fitness classes on Saturdays. So I'm cool with that. But yeah, my Sunday was just like, You would love that park. Yep, search your area. Because this is like a park that was dedicated to veterans. It's a public park, but look it up and then see, like the history of the park or, how it got established. And then look into park programs. A lot of people don't even realize that public park systems have a lot of free programs. Oh, back to the, you sound funny. Look, I'll be for real though. But back to the park district that provides the camp stuff. Once you get certified, so when we got certified as camp leaders, we can check out any equipment from their gear library. They not only had camping equipment, they also had ski equipment. So we can check out any of it and take it anywhere. So if we had a group of kids that we wanted to take to Colorado, we can borrow their equipment and take it with us. So this is a real small pavilion. So these benches are stationary. So yeah, so I hadn't seen this one before. So this one, I mean, it's nice. It's nice. But I wouldn't put more than 4 people in here. I mean, it's like small. It's nice. So now we're on the opposite end of the park. Oh, and why I chose this park today, not only did I have to pivot from the original trail I want to go on, I have an event here that I'm attending. I'm not hosting. Yay! I'm attending an event here, and it's a unplug and reset, I think is the name of it. But we're reading. We're gonna read in the park. I was so excited. I did it last year, and they brought it back this year. So you just come out, set up. I have my little cabana, my chair, my blanket, and we just sit up and we read. And you don't be talking to people. So if you're a type of person, when people ask you to be quiet, you still be whispering, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. Like, we literally read. We sit there and read for an hour and a half, and then after we finish reading, we have a discussion. So that's a really good thing. But I was excited when I got the invitation for this year. But I'll show you where we were last year for that event. I don't know if it's going to be at the same place this year. But I'll show you where we were last year. Okay, Department of the Army, Department of the Air Force, American Civil War. Oh, I wonder if these are people from this community. Wow. I wonder. Because this one actually has names. I think that probably is it. Conflicts in peacetime. This is probably people from this. I bet you this is people from this area. Persian Gulf War, the Iraq War. Yep, these are actual names. POW, MIA, you are not forgotten. Yeah, praise God. Yeah, you are not forgotten. U.S. Coast Guard, Department of the Navy. Yep, I think that's what this is. See, so I need to look up the history and stuff. But I believe this is probably the people who passed away who lived in this area. World War II. Yeah, I mean, if y'all pray or send out good vibes or whatever, do that, because we're not trying to get into no war during this season that we're in, but who knows. So this is where we were last year. So we were in this open space right here. Right chair. So right there. And we put up so they have something on the lake shore. Oh, the man that's down by Navy Pier. What was his name? Was it Ali something? Is that the one you're talking about? The one, I read his story because I did see someone's post. It's a little small park and it's a really good view of the Chicago skyline by Navy Pier. Is that the one you're talking about, Chunky? It's a small park. Man, what's his name? Ali? Oliver. Was it Oliver? Because I'm going to go there. It's near the butterfly structure. Oh, okay. Well, I need to find that one. But the one I'm talking about, I just saw someone that posted it. And I looked up his story, the man's story. So that's it. Okay. So I looked up his story. He was a black soldier. And there was a grenade that I guess had been detonated, and he picked it up and he put it in his belly and folded over. And basically that's how he, lost his life. But he saved 4 other people by doing that, or else all of them would have been blown away. But yeah. So I was like, wow. But yeah, he picked it up and he put it in his belly and folded over and allow it to just, to take him out, and he saved some other people's lives as a result of that. And so that's that park. So I'm actually going to go over there too, to that park. So faith, family, future, faith, family, future, faith, family, future. I think his name was Oliver. Something Oliver. Or Oliver something. I think that was the name. Okay, so this is the home plate. Oh, I guess they have snacks and stuff over here. Oh, here's the baseball field. See? So we've come down on the other end. So we took us a little local hike. It's a suburban hike. It's not an urban hike. But if you are, and then also, when you look into your parks, Wait, let me go back. Um, T podcast. I think that's who said it. You have to look into your park. Let me see. Yep, search. So Miss. Oh, I can't see your whole name. Uh. Oh wait, I can see your name this way. I think. Ooh, y'all. I hope I don't lose. No, it won't let me click. Nissan. Nissan. I hope I'm saying it right. But also look in your area to see if there's a state park or a national park. Because there are some national parks that are really close to cities and people don't know that either. But when you look into the national park, or even if it's one that you got like a little distance to travel, I don't know if you're on public transportation or if you're driving or walking, but hey, Auntie Josie. So, if you have a distance to travel, like, it's something local. So like where we are, we actually have a national lakeshore. I mean, not national lakeshore, national monument in the Pullman area, right in the city of Chicago. You're so welcome. So yeah, so look into your local parks to see what amenities are there and see what things they have free, but also look into state parks and national parks. So like where we are in Chicago, we have the you ever heard of the Pullman Porters? So if you've ever heard of the Pullman Porters, it's along the river. Okay. So we have the national Pullman Monument, and it's a national treasure, and it's through the National Park District, but it's right on like 115th and College, like right in the middle of the Pullman neighborhood. So, but a lot of people don't realize that that's an actual national park. So national parks have different programs. I'll be outside, like that kind of outside. No, hey, we wind it, that kind of outside. I mean, like out in the woods and stuff. But when you look into the national parks, yep, you look into the national park, they have like free days, or they may have days where if you come, you don't do your tour, you get like different souvenirs. So they have a lot of different stuff, like in Indiana. So we also have, I'll walk down here. This is a nice walkway. So in Indiana, we have the Indiana National Dunes, right? So at West Beach has a day. It's like a trail cleanup day. So this free game. I'm just saying, if you're in Chicago or Northwest Indiana, I'm telling you, this is free game. Look up National Trail Day, National Trail Cleanup Day. They may have more than one in a season, but what you do, you sign up to be a volunteer. So you belong to the Chicago Journaling Club, and we go hiking once. Okay, cool. So yes, so these are good. I'm giving you free games. So just look this up though, Chunky, and see if this may be something that you all want to do. But it's called like National Trail Cleanup Day or something in the national parks. You volunteer because you have to pay to get into the national parks. So if you volunteer to clean up the trail, you get in for free. Now I don't know how all trails look. Hello, but West Beach, the Indiana National Dunes, it ain't dirty. I'm just saying. So you get a chance to hang on the beach, you get a chance to do the stairs, you get a chance to go through the woods, it's fun. So you can also volunteer to clean the forest. Yes, the Forest Preserve as well. Thank you so much. Yep, the Forest Preserve. So in the Chicagoland area, we have the Cook County Forest Preserves, and I think if we are not number 1, 2, or 3, we are definitely in the top 5. We have 75,000 acres of green spaces that are free to use. So the spaces are free to use, but then they do have programs at the different locations. So look into all of that. Look into whatever the free. So you highly recommend it also. Yes. So on 87th, if you're in the Chicagoland area, at the Dan Ryan Woods, when they do their cleanup day, then they do the brush burning as well, to get rid of the invasive species. But their cleanup day, when you go there, well, it used to be, don't quote me on this, I haven't been over there maybe a year or two, but it used to be where when you go over there to clean up, you get your snacks, afterward. You don't work, you don't eat. That's what James Brown said. You don't work, you don't eat. So y'all just walking back through the park on the other end. So once you finish your cleanup, they give you snacks. And so there's this whole little pavilion area where you go in. They got a fireplace in there that the food is catered, and you get snacks. You get your apple cider, you hot chocolate, and whatever other like little sandwiches or donuts or something, that kind of stuff to sustain you with the carbs, but not necessarily the healthiest things. But they do have some healthy snacks in there as well. Because I went one year and we had it was like a whole vegan spread. It was good. So that's another thing too. So just volunteer, come to clean up. But for the most part, by those places being ran, by something national or on a state level, something like that, chances are the places are clean. But you do have some places that once Some people find out about it. They come out there and they do stuff they don't have no business doing. So I'm gonna take a pivot on the conversation and tell y'all about that too. So let me walk around on this side. So when you're going out into those spaces, especially the further out they are from being in the actual city. So if it's like a city park, I mean, chances are them animals are gangsters anyway. Like they, the animals that are in there's not really like a lot of wild life. I'm talking about the ones that go out into the forest, or in the woods like that. The animals that are out there, first of all, we have to remember is their home first. So we need to respect that. The other part is we need to respect their ability to feed themselves. And I know people think it's fun when they come out and say, I'm going to give this, I'm going to get this deer some Cheetos. I'm just saying, I don't know, I don't know if deers eat Cheetos, but I know raccoons do. They eat the Flame Hots, the hot Cheetos, the Takis. The raccoons, listen, the raccoons will take you down for some hot Cheetos. Just saying. So when you go to those spaces, so it's more than just people saying, oh, this is a cute animal, or I want the animal to come over here. First of all, you shouldn't be, let me say this too, I'm going to put a pause in this. Quit rubbing on them animals. Stay in the wild. Stop rubbing on them animals. Oh, it's a rainbow. I don't know if y'all can see it in the fountain. Oh, now my tubers, y'all can see the rainbow. Talkers, I don't know if y'all can see it. But tubers, I can see it clear in this camera. Oh, let me slide. Oh, yeah, okay, talkers, you see the rainbow? Y'all let me know if you can see it, because I can see it through your camera. Ain't that pretty? Ah, look at the rainbow. That's the promise. That's the promise. Okay, so yeah, so back to rubbing on these animals. Because, some people get a little bit too curious for me. And I'm speaking, as a trail leader, and an educator. I'm also a wilderness first responder. Stop doing that, because then you want the people to come and save you after you out there on your shenanigans, malarkey, and foolishness. Don't do that. Don't do that. But anyway, so people be trying to feed the animals. So for one, yep, it's nice. Yep, but I'm on the other side now. So for one, you shouldn't do that, because you don't know how the animal is going to respond to you. Another, you hinder them from feeding themselves. So people don't even realize that this is what's going on. I mean, I'm sharing it here. Hopefully it'll resonate with somebody and you can share it with somebody else. But you hinder their ability to feed themselves. Because what starts to happen, I don't know if you've heard the stories when people are like, well, I got attacked, or, the bear attacked somebody. There'll be some other stuff too. People be out there ain't got no business doing. But when those animals have learned to associate food, and especially food, ain't no Cheeto tree in the forest, I'm just saying. So when they're getting something that may taste good to them, and they associate it with human beings, that's how they're beginning to learn how to eat. And I'm hoping that this is making sense. So they're learning how to eat because somebody or something, like whether they know it's a human or not, they know it's not them. Something is providing them with food. So the more and more that happens, they disassociate their ability to hunt and go and look for their food, and then you hinder them. Hunting is not only a way that they feed themselves and keep themselves nourished out there, it's also a survival strategy. It's tied into how they survive. So if you think about your eating is how you survive, they start to disassociate. I ain't got to do all that. They're like, look, these people or these things be bringing me Cheetos. I'm just saying Cheetos. Bringing me Snickers, Oreos, whatever it is that people are bringing out there. And they're giving them things that are foreign. I just don't think, I could be wrong, I just don't think the average person that's going out there is going out there with some nuts and berries. It's usually some junk food. It's junk food that you are giving to those animals. And so they're starting to associate, well, this is what I can get because I recognize this being. I'm just going to say people. So I don't know if they know it's people or not, but they know it's not one of them. But anyway, so this being has been bringing things to them. So when they see another being like the one or the ones that, so you give your dog people food. Okay. So when you're out, like in the wild, so when they see some more people, they have associated like, oh, that's who be bringing me food. And then they're looking to see if you got some. So if you are the type, if you are, respectful of wild spaces and trails and that sort of thing, and you know not to leave no food, well, now you done confuse them. Because you coming out and you doing the right thing, and other people have been out there and not doing the right thing. And so that's when a lot of the curiosity starts. When they start looking, so they start, see, I'm working. Come on now, Nisa, I'm working with me. I'm working. I'm trying to, look, I'm building up the crescendo to the story. So that's when they get a little bit more curious, like, hold up. Some other people came out here look like you and they had some food. So you telling me you ain't got no food? You ain't got no food. You ain't got no food. They like, okay, yeah, let me walk around here. That's when they get the creeping, right? Let me sniff over here. So have I gone to the bird sanctuary? No, I have not. So that's when they get the creeping and they gonna come and look and see what you got. Cause think about it, your coolers look like the other people, your tents look like other, so they're looking like, so the birds, oh, they chased, oh my God, the birds chased you out? They was probably looking for some food because people be doing something like, yeah, you have. So that's a saying that we have in the outdoors: leave the wild wild, and that's part of the reason why. So that's one part. That's crazy. Well, see, they may be confused though, Chunky. They may be confused. I bet you somebody been in there feeding them, didn't have no business. So that's one reason why. So not only do they begin to associate getting some new kind of food, they were like, get. They were like, yeah. Right, you know, because people do too much. People are disruptive to nature. They are. People are disruptive to nature. So, so that's one reason. So one reason is, like I said, they begin to associate getting food or getting food that they normally don't find in the wild from people. So they associate, but then they begin to disassociate their way of survival. So they flew you out and, oh my God. Oh no. Well, why are you trying to get me to go to the sanctuary? I'm gonna go. Let me know where it is. I'm gonna go. I'll go and check it out. So then the other part of leaving the wild. So not only will they, lose their ability or begin to disassociate. I mean, because once you learn, like once something is in your nature, you forget it for a minute and then you can come back. So they'll begin to disassociate their ability to hunt, for their own food, which also protects them. But the other part, let me know where it is, Chunky. So the other part of that, which this is the sad part, whether you're an animal lover or not, I mean, I just ain't into the whole unaliving of nothing. That's just me. The other thing, depending on where you are, what space, what outdoor space you're in, those animals have to be put down. So they have to be put down. You know why? Because they have now become a danger. And the real sad part about it is that's where they live. So people have come in and trained them to, associate getting something and losing their ability to, fend for themselves, to protect themselves. Yes. And then they have to be put down. They got to be put down because now they have become a danger because they have started, depending on the species of the animal, they have started looking for things. Like, I knew you got some donuts in here. You lying to me. The lies you tell, I know you got some donuts. So it's several reasons why, but just leave them wild. Remember, you're in their home. You're in their home. So how you going to come in their home and then you be trying to do stuff to them? That's weirdness. That's like white van, no logo, no windows behavior. That's weirdness. We're in their spaces, so we should respect spaces. Eating pets, because if they're predators, think about it. They're predators, and predators be looking for prey. So yeah, you gotta lock all that stuff up. All of that stuff up. Like in the mountains, so the Smokies have black bears. So if you ever been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. In those mountain cabins, how you doing? In those mountain cabins, but they tell you, yep, like hawks too. Oh, hawks are straight up predator. You better stay away from a hawk, baby. A hawk will come and pick you up. They see something in your hand, the hawk is coming to get you. The hawk is coming to get you. But like the bears in the Smokies in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, they tell you what not to do. And y'all know, y'all probably seen them videos and people be doing stuff that the people tell you not to do, or they don't do what they told them to do. Lock your stuff up, like for real. They have those bear resistant containers for a reason. So it's been tried and true. If it's been tried, tested, and it's true, why would you just sit some food on the porch? I'm just saying. Why would you just sit some food on the porch? Some people do that. I've seen them kind of videos too. Like the food is out, or you can pull the trash can out. So here's some people's logic. It was dark outside. I didn't want to go out there. So they don't want to leave the food because they don't want the bears coming inside the cabin. Okay, I get that. But they set the food on the porch because they were scared to go to the container. Okay? So at night, they sit the food on the porch. Okay, so now the bear's like, oh, this is real convenient. So the bear is going to come up on the porch and get what you set out. Once the bear has opened the food, guess what's all over the porch? The scent of the food. So guess who's coming to dinner? When Goldilocks leave out, all three of the bears coming. Mama bear, Papa bear, and baby bear. They're going to bring cousin bear, auntie bear, nana bear. Everybody coming. All of the bears. The bears themed bears. All the bears are coming. Because now that scent is out there, and it's pretty much nothing you can do to get rid of that scent. Because it's out there now. And remember, one bear has already left. Y'all had possums. Oh my God. Now them possums are scary. Them red eyes and that tail and them teeth. Oh my God. They're rodents. That's really what they are. They rodents. They just some bleach blonde, ultra bleach blonde rats. Oh my God. Them raccoons, them the thick cousins. Them, that's the thick crew. But yeah, those are rodents. But yeah, those possums are. Woo! Raccoons can fight too, but them possums, baby. Yes, they are afraid of us. But when they get ready to fight, they're going to fight. For sure they are afraid of us. So we just have to be mindful of that. And welcome in, if you all are just coming in, welcome into the Self-Care Suites. This is where we meet on Sundays at 3 p.m. to kick off our shoes, relax our feet, and discuss the many ways to wellness. You said they roll up into a ball. Yep, to hide. Yep, they do. We discuss the many ways to wellness, but we also exchange practical, useful, sustainable, low-cost, and no-cost self-care strategies. So you didn't know what it was? Yeah. And then when they open up them eyes, girl, them red eyes, that's what I remember. Oh my God. In the dark, when they open up them eyes. But just be safe. Be safe. So we should be able to invest in our self-care every single day. What y'all do for self-care this past week? Did you intentionally set aside some time to take care of you? My day has really been good. It's been busy, but it's been good today, because the weather has been good. I am so not looking forward to these temps changing, but I'm going to take it. I'll take 50 degrees over 20 degrees or 30 degrees. I'm going to take it. So as long as I can be outside, I'm going to be outside. Am I going to go over here? So here's a semi-trail. It's stagnant water, but it's daytime, so I'm going to go. But that means mosquitoes. So you thought you was going to hurt. It's so heavy. Wait, I thought I was going to hurt it, so I walked away. Yeah, yep, leave it alone. Yo, sleep is essential. Get your rest, Yeah. Oh my God, it stinks. This is stagnant water. So it's flowing very slowly and stank back here. So you woke up at 5 a.m. to stretch before your day. Yes, and journal. I love it. This is stagnant water. I ain't gonna be back here too long. There's somebody walking. Oh, let me give you some ABCs on the trail. I always like to share my ABCs on the trails. Always be careful. 1, keep your head on a swivel. Always. 2, comfortable shoes that you can move around in. 3, hands-free, but I'm not hands-free because I'm holding both of y'all up. I'm holding up the talkers and the tubers, but my essentials right there on me. If you do not carry some form of personal protective device, hint, wink. Ooh, them geese in their backyard. Oh my God. I know it's full of poop over there. The geese. Okay. Yep. Start stretching. So again, keep your head on a swivel, keep your hands free, have on some comfortable clothing, keep your essentials close by you. If you don't carry some kind of personal protective device, learn some self-defense skills, because your scream may not work. I'm just saying. You may get so overwhelmed that adrenaline may kick in so high that you lose the ability to scream. You ever heard of flight or fight? There's another part called freeze. That's a response. It's not just for deer, fight or flight, but there's another one called freeze, where the adrenaline overwhelms you so much until you feel paralyzed, and then you ain't able to do much or nothing. So yeah, learn some kind of skills. Now I'll say this, because some people are, not comfortable with personal protective devices. I do understand that, and they may not have self-care skills. I mean, not self-care, self-protective skills as well, self-defense. So in the event that is your situation, and it's a lot of people's, nothing to feel bad about, because we can always use improvement in our lives. But if that is the case, I promise you, an ink pen. See, most people are comfortable carrying an ink pen. You ain't think about this. This free game again. An ink pen can save your life. An ink pen can work wonders in a situation. There's only so much I can say because this for entertainment purposes only. It's like I just playing. I'm just playing, but I'm for real though. I'm for real. But an ink pen can save your life. So keep you an ink pen with you. What you have to know is where to use the ink pen. Yeah, thank you so much for the love on that. Thank you so much for. You have to know where. You got to be strategic. Learn how to breathe. Oh, you can come to Pilates. You can come to Pilates and learn how to breathe and control your breathing. I'm just saying. But yeah, but you have to learn how to breathe to get yourself as calm as possible. Now, of course, if somebody's after you, you know, everything is going to be going. Everything's going to be on 10. I get that. But you have to get your mind stable enough that if all you have is that ink pen, y'all work with me now. I need you to use your imagination. If all you have is an ink pen with you, that you can save your life. Like literally. You can save your life. I'm not saying what may happen to, you know, if it's a person or even an animal, you know, if something, you know, happens to threaten your life, you know, to put you in danger, you got to do what you got to do. You have to save yourself. First law of nature. First law of nature. Look at the black eyed Susans. Yeah. So I need y'all to work. Use your imagination. So there are major, I'm just going to say thoroughways. Can I call them that? Or channels or ways to get blood throughout your body. You know that one goes towards the heart, one goes away from the heart. Y'all with me? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you with me, if you follow me. Because there's only so much I can say. There's only so much I can say. So they're like those major channels. And when you look at anatomical charts, one's blue, one's red. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The ways that your heart pumps blood through your body. Some are larger than others. If y'all follow me, this free game, I'm saying if you got to use that ink pen, I'm just saying the ink pen can save your life. The ink pen can save your life. So you have to be strategic about, so when you think about when people say, did it hit or what? You know, if something happened to somebody, they want to know if it hit or what. The major thing that if it hits, you know, it's kind of shutting people out. You with me? So when they say, well, did it? They want to know, did it reach? It starts with an A. Yeah. So y'all with me? So keep that ink pen with you. Okay, so you with me, Chunky? Okay. So keep the ink pen with you. So when that'd be a major concern when something happens with somebody, whether they're in surgery or an accident or, you know, happen to, you know, cut their finger. They want to know, did it hit an A? Y'all with me? One takes blood to the heart, one takes it away. A and V. Okay, you always have an ink pen. Yep. So think about that. The A is going to release way more than the V. I'm just saying. So if you got to protect yourself and all you have is that ink pen, that's what you're going for. You're going to write a story. You're going to write a story. What I say when I'm out, especially if I'm out in the woods, look, one of us got to live to come back and tell what happened. And I am not volunteering to be the one that don't come out. That's just me. That's just me. I will not volunteer for the position of the one who don't make it out to tell the story. I want to come back and tell people what happened. So if it's between me and you, like Cleo, y'all remember that and set it off and she was in that car like, it's just me and you. Yeah, if it's just me and you, it's going to be a time. It's going to be a time. Even if we both come out of there now, but hey, we both may come out. We both may come out limping. We may both come out missing some things, but I'm going to use what I can, you know, and the ability that I have to save my life. I'm just saying, because sometimes, you know, your legs may give out on. I'm just saying, like you know, you never know how adrenaline is going to affect you, especially if you're in the freeze response. You know, there's a fight, flight, and there's a freeze. You can just get so overwhelmed, you know, with that adrenaline, like you can be paralyzed and like your scream ain't going to work. Or if you out in the woods, who's going to hear you scream? I'm just saying. Y'all remember that? If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? That was one of them intrusive thoughts that just popped in. Y'all remember that science? If a tree, let me go on this side so I can take y'all back by some water with the. So you love that scene? Yeah. Look, I'm gonna survive with as much as I have in me. Yeah. That's what I'm going for. You know, because sometimes we scream and we scratch and, you know, we fall down, you know, all those kind of things. You got to get clever. And again, if an ink pen is all you have, then you have to know those points. You got to know those points. You know, because you don't want, you know, somebody to just be staggering and they can see. Y'all remember how Michael Myers used to come after people No matter what, no matter what they did to Michael Myers, Mike was like, look, is that all you got? Cause I'm still coming. Y'all remember that? And Michael didn't say nothing. How they have all the Michael Myers movies and Mike didn't talk at all? Then you know what? When Freddy Krueger started talking, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm good on the Halloween. Oh, it's been raining. What's up, beautiful? Hey, Jessica. You still in the VA? Let me know if you still over east. If you still over east. But yeah, it's been cool here. But do y'all remember that with Michael Myers? Michael wasn't saying nothing. Michael's like, look, I got a little business to take care of right here, so you can do all you want. Okay, all right. So yeah, we had rain last week sometime, but it's been good. Our temps have dropped. But welcome into the self-care suite. Welcome into the self-care suite. So we got napping, we got journaling, learning how to rest more. So what I've been doing, I don't know if you all were on last week, what I shared for me is I'm being more intentional about extending my rest time. So sleeping, I still don't sleep a long stretch of hours, but I've been like that like as far as I can remember. Like I just don't sleep long stretches of hours, but I want to be more intentional about actually just resting. So I'm calling them soft awakenings, right? Soft awakenings, like winding down, those sorts of things. Because typically when I get into bed, it's like, I'm on a mission. I may as well put on a suit and a briefcase. I'll be on a mission. Like, look, it's time to go to bed. Let me go on here and lay down. So it's like that. So now I'm just being more intentional. It's more so on the intention of the soft awakenings. So going to bed, that's really what it is. It's time to go to bed. So, but yeah, I want to just extend the resting hours. And so that's what I do encourage, because we living in a society that, things are on all the time. People are on all the time. And it does become challenging to get some quality rest. So if we get a little bit more intentional about how we're resting, when we're resting, creating some form of a schedule for our rest. I mean, that's the goal. That's my goal. So like I said, I'm more so looking at the softer awakenings. Because typically when I get up, I just wake up and get up. But see, that's on my mama. On my mama. Because my mama be like, when you wake up, you get up. You're like, dang. So we used to be in the bed playing like we sleep. Opening up one eye. But mamas can see everything you do. She see that little eye crack. Oh, you're getting up. You're getting up. And we would have to get up. Don't let it be a Saturday. Do not let it be a Saturday. So you've been struggling with sleep since you started teaching more. Yeah. The hours are weird. So you may have to just pop in some naps during the middle of the day. So you can at least get your rest. So I'm counting rest hours, not necessarily sleep hours, because I do know that the body needs to wind down. So I don't necessarily say you got to have 8 hours of sleep, because everybody don't require 8 hours, but our bodies do require some reset time. So you may have to, like whether it's like power naps that you're sneaking in, or just chill time, 15, 20 minutes at a time. Okay, now the sun is going down. I can see the screens a lot better. But yeah, child, look, my mama, that's on my mama. If it was a Saturday morning, yeah, the music about to come on and you about to get up and start cleaning. Even if it was a Saturday where you say like you want to keep your pajamas on, but not the ones you slept in all night, that's not the story you're going to tell this Saturday morning. You're going to get up, you're going to fully wash up and change pajamas. You can stay in them if you want to, but not them, not the ones you was in the bed in. Listen, honey, my mom wasn't playing. Like, dang it. Don't turn, don't stretch. If it's in the morning, don't look. Like, you got to just try to literally just open up one eye. If you itching, do not scratch, because you getting up. So that my body has just been used to that, as a kid. Like, you wake up. That was her thing. You wake up, you get up. And it was up and at 'em. And I was a little kid, and I had to figure this out. Like, she would say, up and at 'em, up and at 'em. And I used to always try to figure out, why we got to go get Adam? Like, who is Adam? First of all, who is Adam? But she was saying up and at them, but I was little. Like, I just know she would say up and at them. Come on now, up and at them, up. And I'm like, who is Adam? Like, why we got to keep going to get Adam? But yeah, I eventually learned that that's what it was. You're going to get up and get at them. Them is the house. You're going to clean up. You're going to clean up, everybody clean. We ain't had no Barney. I had Luella Rutledge. I had Barney. We didn't have everybody do your share, clean up, clean. We ain't had no cute song. But We had the Isley Brothers. We had Al Green. We had Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, I mean, hey, listen, that's a real playlist. Come on now. That's a real playlist. The Commodores. What? What? That's what we had. We had the real cleanup list. Do y'all play music when you clean up? I mean, that's just how I grew up. Like you gonna get something, and you all realize some of them songs are so inappropriate that we were singing. I mean, they're a little, a little bit more animated these days, but some of them songs, the Isley Brothers, them songs the Isley Brothers was singing. And Al Green. Listen, we was singing them songs just cleaning. We ain't know no better. We were just cleaning, just cleaning. So that's why it's funny to me now, like when some people, especially people my age, be like, and they listen to Child, we knew all of the words to them songs. Listen, and my brother was a Parliament, George Clinton, P-Funk, Rick James fan, Make my funk the P-Funk. I want to get funked up. I want the wine. I want the P-Funk. Listen, we were singing them songs. We didn't know what we were talking about. But we couldn't clean up to them songs. That was, when my mom was at work. But my brother was one of them, He was into, what was it? So it's Funkadelic, Parliament, Confunction. What's the other bands? Like the Daz Band, like those kind of bands. The funk, the P-Funk bands. And then he would listen to Blue Eye Soul. That's how I learned about Asia and Journey and Foreigner. All them people. But yeah, do y'all have a cleanup list? Okay, here they come. Hold on, talk. Y'all know they got to come and tell me to move this piece. Bam, I made it the first time. So any plans coming up for the upcoming week? I am excited because I am collaborating with a couple of other instructors in Chicago. And we're going to do the last class. So we're going to try to, because we're going to squeeze out these last warm temps before the end of September. So y'all stay tuned. We will post that. To make sure you all see that. And we will stream because all three of us are on social media. So that's going to be really exciting. So we're bringing 3 communities together, 3 Pilates communities together. And it's going to be fun. And it's just going to be interesting to see, how we do the tag team approach to teaching the class. So we're excited. We're looking forward to it. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, stay tuned before the end of the month. We're going to get that last one in. It's going to be so much fun. We're looking forward to it. Because, all of us, so on the weekend, Labor Day weekend, so me and one of the instructors were teaching the same day at the same time. She was along the lakefront closer to the downtown area. I was on the lakefront on the south side. So we couldn't make it to each other's class. And then the other one, she taught, what was supposed to have been her last one the very next day. And I went to her class. And so that's when I came with the idea. I'm like, man, like since our summers are over, so we all announced that this was our last class, So since our summer season is over, like, what'll happen? And I just put it out there to them and they both were like, yes, they agreed to it. So I was like, even if, we only get the one class in or we don't, what we want to do is just prepare, the Chicagoland area to know, well, we coming back next year. We outside and we're going to have an intentional schedule where we collaborate. We still going to have our regular outside schedules, but I think it's important for us to be able to collaborate so that people can see that, yeah, this is what we do too. It's not just one spot, or one place that you can go to and experience Pilates, in Chicago, especially along the lakefront. Because we ain't even going to argue. I love to know that I got people coming from all over the world, but I'm not about to argue. This ain't no argument. I'm stating this to you. Chicago is unmatched. That's what you need to know. Chicago is unmatched, and summertime shy is unmatched. It's super unmatched. So yeah, there ain't no argument. That's a statement. So we want to invite our people out. And then, so next year, when the summer comes, we're going to strategically plan our classes when there's, I guess you can say higher visitation times, if that makes sense. Because we have a lot of people who are only able to access our classes while we're streaming. And, we do know we get a lot of visitors in the summer. So we're just going to be more strategic. This just came up, came to me. They, thought the idea was good. So we're going to put it together. So one, we're still preparing our communities for what we got coming up in the fall. Because now we got to go back inside. We got to go back inside because, yeah, we're not going to be outside in Chicago doing no Pilates in the snow. We're not doing that. We're not that adventurous. But we are preparing our communities and also preparing the city to know we'll be back. We'll be back. But this is a beautiful park. This is a beautiful park. Let me see me go under here so I can see. Under the tree. I got bars too, y'all. Let me go under the tree so I can see. Y'all, I know I had bars. Okay, here we are. Oh, yeah. So all my people are not going to be here for a while. I'm still going to hang out. I'm going to hang out in the park. I'm going to hang out in the park for a while. So I will take you all back down to the other fountain. And then, yeah, I'm just going to hang out in the park. Because you know everything is content. But I don't like, okay. So this is just my personal preference. I like being out in green spaces. I just don't like being out in green spaces with people. I don't know if that sounds weird or not. I like when it's like nobody out. Like I love the solitude of solo hiking or just solo experiences. Like, you know, my nature walks. I like being by myself. It's a public space, so I know I can't do that. But it's interesting for me to see these spaces. Hey, welcome in. This is Crystal. Hey, Crystal. Welcome in. Let us know where you're coming in from. But it is interesting just to see, you know, how people are enjoying the spaces. And they're like in the cities, a lot of cities, the green spaces are like underused. And there's so much going on in those spaces. So just look. If you haven't already, look into your park district. Start with your city parks, your local parks. Start with that. Then move out to the county, because our forest preserves is run by the county. So this is nice views. Thank you so much, child. I wish this was my backyard, but so Crystal, yeah, so you just came in, so I'm gonna take you around to the other side. So welcome in, welcome in. So this is where I teach Pilates, but I haven't been walking on the trails because I'm just normally here in the morning. I come in, you know, we set up our mats, set up the music, and we get it going. So somebody's in the pavilion, so I don't know, well, I'll walk down a little bit more. So it's some kids in the small pavilion. I don't know if y'all heard them. So I'm definitely not gonna put the camera on them. But that's the small pavilion where the children are. And so this looks like a big house, if y'all can see that. That's where I teach the larger classes, in this pavilion, in the big pavilion. So, but I hadn't hit the trails before, so I am really enjoying walking on the trail. So the trails kind of feed into one another, and then there's like a really big pavilion. I don't know if you can tell. If you look through this elevated pavilion, there's another long one. Oh no, the sun is coming in, y'all can't see it. But there's another bigger one behind it. But there's a lot of people in that one. It looks like a family reunion or something. So I'm not gonna be putting people on camera. Y'all know, so James Brown said, I ain't gonna call your name. You might not want nobody to know you're in here. I think it's The Big Payback, y'all. I gotta remember what song that is. Dun-dun-dun. It's James Brown, though. James said, I ain't gonna call your name. You might not want nobody to know you in here. And you done got busted on somebody's social media video out there, booed up, outside, booed up, and you got to boo at home. That won't be good. So it's kids in this park right here, so I won't be able to show you that. But we're gonna walk to the little bitty gazebo, to the smaller gazebo. But this is a beautiful space out here. See, like this squirrel, I don't know if y'all can see the squirrel. I wouldn't even mess with him, even though he's a suburban squirrel. But child, squirrels, I ain't messing with them. Y'all know squirrels be like, yeah, what you got? What you got? You got some sunflower seeds? You got some sunflower seeds? Squirrels be like, what you got on you? You got apples? Oh, let me tell y'all about this. I did this summer program once, and we were, you know, just talking about, you know, wellness and healthy eating. And so I had the kids we planted a garden. We were so proud of our garden. We had cucumbers, we had squash, we had tomatoes. We had real easy stuff. So what we had, I know we had cucumbers, squash, tomatoes, mint. So we planted like all easy, like stuff that was gonna grow pretty quickly. Why we come back one day, you know, the kids wanna come every day. Because the goal was to have them to grow things that they could take home, you know, and make a healthy dish with. So that's what the goal of the program was. Well, part of the goal, and just teach them about healthy eating. But we come there one day to check on our stuff, and we looking like we know we planted a lot of tomatoes. We ain't really see the tomatoes, right? So I'm like, okay, well maybe they're growing a little bit slow. We saw a few. We ain't really think nothing of. Like, okay, they gonna grow. Because we saw the flowers. You know, you see the tomatoes bud into a flower first. We saw the flowers, but then we didn't see the tomatoes. You know, we go in there and check. So then we did a little bit more frequent checks. Like, okay, let's check. So we see this squirrel one day. Squirrel that went on top. It was at a church. So the squirrel on top of the church, we thought the squirrel was eating an apple. So we was like, dang, where you get the apple from? We still ain't thinking. We ain't even connecting the dots here. The squirrel, we see the squirrel on top. Come back another day. So this may have happened like maybe 2 or 3 times. We realized we saw the squirrel go on top of the church. This is when we connected the dots. He was coming from the back where our garden was. Child, I don't know if it was the same squirrel or not, but the squirrel was eating our tomatoes while they were still green. So the squirrel was still in the tomatoes. Or the squirrels. It could have been more than one. And going to the top of the church, probably looking at us like, look at them. They don't even know. we getting big out here. We getting nice and fat eating them tomatoes. But the squirrel was eating our tomatoes. And that's when we realized he done stole our tomatoes. Hey, Robert. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. Let us know where you are chiming in from. I am Coach Robin Renee. You have joined the Self-Care Suite where we meet on Sundays. Oh, small gazebo. Where we meet on Sundays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to kick off our shoes, relax our feet, and discuss the many ways to wellness. We also exchange useful, sustainable, practical, low-cost or no-cost self-care strategies. Because our financial challenges should not stop us from investing in our wellness account every single day. It should be something you can do for your wellness every day. Every day, every day. Every day. All right, I'm going to walk along this path, and then I'm going to shut it down. So the event that I'm attending today, so if you're just joining, this is a pivot. I was supposed to be out on the nature trail, but hey, there was a major traffic incident. I'm gonna go back around here. A major traffic incident that held me up, and so I didn't get the opportunity to go to that trail. So that's actually on the books for next Sunday. We can just go out there next Sunday. But so I came to a local park to check out the local park, and even though I've been in here teaching my Pilates classes, I hadn't been on the trails. And I came to an event last year here, and we were reading. So it was an unplug and reset event. And you bring, I guess if you want to bring some snacks, you can. I just don't be eating in public, like green spaces, because I know them animals smell everything. So that's just me. Some people brave like that. I ain't about to be eating. But anyway, you can bring snacks if you want. Bring your blanket if it gets a little cool. I have a small, cabana, like a little beach cabana. Got my chair. And so we read. Hello. So you actually bring your books and you sit out and you read. And so we had a big circle and everybody had their books and we read for like an hour and a half. And it's just to, one, you get out and enjoy nature, and another, put in some of that time. This, it's a self-care strategy. We put in a time where we typically wouldn't do it on our own, to just sit and read like that. Like if you're not an avid reader, I can't identify as that, but child, I've been scrolling on TikTok for the past 6 months, so I ain't been reading that much. I read a little bit here, a little bit there, but I love reading. I love reading. So it was a good experience for us, and they brought it back this year. So yeah, I got the invitation. It's like, yeah, have books, we'll travel. Have chair, we'll travel. Have blanket, we'll travel. So we're doing that today. So this pivot from me going to the trail that I wanted to go to, I'm going to say it was what I was supposed to do. So that way I wouldn't be ripping and running in traffic, trying to get way from one suburb to another suburb. So the Lord was like, nah, every little step you take going to be on the south side. It's going to be in the south suburb. Hold on, y'all. Wait. You're not about to do this. Let me check. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all something about that. I felt something. I don't know what it was. If it was a spider web or a bug or whatever. I'm going to tell y'all about that, though. Why I be having on glasses when I'm out, even if the sun ain't out. So you know them cicadas, them big old cicadas? One year when they came out, they were real bad. This was before lockdown. I'm out in the forest on my bike. Hey, welcome in. Okay, I can't see your name. Let me go over here and see if I can see your name. I can't really. Is it Create something? Create. I can't see your whole name, but welcome in. So I'm out in the forest preserves on my bike, just riding, moseying along. Child, a cicada came and got behind my glasses while I was riding my bike and was flapping in my eye. So I had to jump off of my bike, throw my bike in the bushes, snatch my glasses off, and I'm shaking the glasses, and he's still making all that noise and gripping on my glasses. Then I had to throw my glasses for him to pop off the glasses. So yeah, I got it. Listen, telling the story, I feel him flapping in my eye. But that was horrible. So like now when I'm on my bike now, I wear like the motorcycle glasses. Like, I mean, I'm walking now, so I just usually just protect my eyes when I walk. But on my bike, the ones with the cushion, like almost like goggles, that's what I wear on my bike. And I also wear a bug net because I don't want no bugs flying down my throat or getting in my ear. That's why I keep headbands on. So if you ever seen me when I'm out, like literally when I'm doing my outside stuff, my eyes are covered, my ears are covered, my face is usually covered. Because bugs just always know where to go when they're not supposed to be there. So yeah, so that's why I protect my eyes, protect my airway, protect my ears. So I'm going to have on some form of a headband to go down over my ears. So this is a community of faith, family, and future. Yep. This is who the people are. So this is in honor of the veterans and active duty personnel who service and sacrifice, protect the freedom of liberty of our land, country, and community. Yep, this is dedicated on Memorial Day. So these are the people who sacrificed. You know, when you see the word sacrifice, what happened? So this is from World War One. Well, this is from World War Two. There were a lot of them from World War Two. Oh, wait, World War Two has 2 plaques. Oh, wow, they lost a lot of people. Wow. From World War Two. This is the second World War Two plaque. This is World War One, the Korean War. But this is beautiful that they dedicated. This is the Vietnam War. Oh, wow. The Persian Gulf and the Iraq War, they're sharing a plaque. So they didn't lose as many. One loss is too many conflicts in peacetime. And it's the American Civil War. Wait a minute. World War One has a part of this as well. So the American Civil War and no. So the American Civil War, they lost one from this era. Okay, one person from this era, and then the rest is World War II. Okay, so I don't know if you all can see that. So there's only one name from the Civil War that was lost. All right, Park Central. So we got the baseball diamond. I'm gonna walk around the back, around the baseball diamond. So if you are just joining us, welcome in. Welcome in, and then we're gonna shut this party down. Thank you all so much for joining the live. I hope you all come back next Sunday because September, this is what was going to happen with the self-care suite. So I made this commitment in January that I will come on Sundays at 3, even though Sunday is my off day, but I just wanted to provide a space. That's what I was moved to do. And I want to provide a space and a time where people can say, well, at least if I don't have any other time or any other space, both of these are baseball diamonds, any other space, I know Sundays at 3 p.m. where I can go. So that's where that came from. So the self-care suite will be ending at the end of the year. Can I get out on that side? Nope, don't look like it. I'm coming this way. So we'll be ending at the end of this year on a weekly basis. We'll still do some self-care stuff. I'm thinking about, I don't know, I may do some First Friday stuff or just, play some old school music. We might have a cleanup day. I don't know. But it's still going to be around self-care. So we're moving around. So September, we're going outside as long as we can enjoy this weather. This is, is it Mom Love? Oh, Wanderlust? Disco Wanderlust? I'm trying to read the screen. I think that's what it says. But hey, welcome in. Thanks for joining. So for September, we're outside. So if you like this kind of stuff, I'm hitting up trails today. And you know what? I'm thinking of it now too. This is probably why I got caught up in the whole traffic situation, because I did not have a local park planned for September. I was hitting trails at like the forest reserve. We was gonna go out in the forest But yeah. Oh, the kids are gone from the small gazebo. I'm gonna take y'all down this way. So yeah, this pivot was meant to happen. So now y'all see a local park. So because I do encourage people just to get out in whatever green spaces that you have access to, from your local parks to your county parks to your state parks to your national parks, and check into their programs. A lot of them have free programs that you can take advantage of, even if it's paid, like some of the national parks that are paid, that you have to pay to get in. And check with the state parks too. They may have some programs, but just like we have over in Indiana, we have the Indiana National Lakeshore, which is one of America's most beautiful national parks, and they have the trail cleanup day. And our forest reserve as well have a cleanup day, and they do like invasive species like the brush burning and all that sort of thing, and they feed you. you know. So you volunteer, you get you some food, but you get a chance to have access to the space. So September, do you remember? September, we're going outside. As long as it's warm, we're going outside for September. So I'll be hitting up trails. So that means we have 3 more Sundays left. If you want to take a walk, even if it's just around your neighborhood, but you want to have access to these views, I'm going to be outside. I'm going to be outside. So you can, just kind of teleport your way over. So this is the small gazebo where I teach. So that was the large gazebo. There's still people over in it. But here, this is the small gazebo where I teach my Pilates classes. And it's a beautiful view. We'll walk up into the gazebo. And so you're able to see it. So we have our foliage on the outside. And yeah. Here's the smaller gazebo. So I would not put more than 10 people in this space. All right, so let me head on out. So we're going to be hitting up trails for don't do that. See, these bugs be doing too much. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, y'all. And this is MPL. Welcome in. September, we're outside, so we're hiking, hitting up green spaces and blue spaces, because there's going to be some kind of water somewhere around when we go out in September. October, we have apple orchard, pumpkin patch, and corn maze. So we need one more. Does October have 4 Sundays or 5? I got to look and see, because sometimes October has 5. But apple orchard, corn maze, pumpkin patch for October. This is Marlon. Hey, welcome in. Or is it Marion? Wait, I'm trying to look in the screen. Marion, I think. Marion teacher. Welcome in. October. We're still kind of sort of outside, but we're going to have some fun. I'm looking forward to the corn maze so we can try to get out. Now that's going to be, but I'm going to have somebody else with me too. So if I get lost a bit, I'm going to get lost with somebody. Because my friend want to go. So me and her going to go out there. So if we get lost, we're going to have y'all on here with us if we get lost. So that should be fun. And then we'll do the whole hayride. The fall teams going to the apple orchard, getting some, fresh apple cider, all those sorts of things. So that's what we're going to do in October. November and December. Last year we did healthy holiday eating hacks to keep you safe and prevent gaining during the holidays. So whether you lose or not, we don't know. We ain't gonna guarantee that, but we can give you some strategies to help keep you safe, or you're still able to, socialize and hang out with your people without gaining. That's what our holiday healthy eating hacks were about last year, and we did those virtually. So those are more or less conversation. But this year, we going out to eat. We outside. We going outside. Well, we're gonna be inside. We're gonna go outside to go back inside, but we're going to healthy eateries in the months of November and December. So even if I'm traveling, I'm going to find a healthy eatery during the time that the self-care suite goes live. So that's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting. September, we're hitting the trails for green and blue spaces. October, we're doing fall activities. I ain't doing no haunted house. I don't think so. Yeah. But we're thinking like that kind of stuff. Apple picking, corn maze, navigation, hay rides. Although my friend is a huge horror fan, but I don't think I'm trying to go in no haunted house trying to hold no phones and all that stuff. Yeah. That just may not be a wise thing. So I'm gonna go around where the other trail is, and then I'm gonna sign off from you all. But thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. But we have some exciting things. So the self-care suite is on the move for the next 3 months. Well, we're gonna count in September. So 4 months. So the last quarter of the year, well, quarter and a month of the year, we are outside. Or we're at least in motion. We're moving. And we're still going to talk about those self-care strategies. So with the healthy holiday eating hacks, we're talking about like how you could go out if you went out to a restaurant, what you could do, like what sort of hacks could you use in a restaurant? Because when the holidays come, it's a lot of that. People are indoors, they want to eat the heavier foods, things that's going to stick to your ribs, that kind of stuff. And we just want to give you some strategies so that you don't feel uncomfortable, because for some people it is an uncomfortable thing to be in a social setting and not eat or not drink, that sorts of things. So if that's your thing, because sometimes you can substitute something, if you're like, okay, well, I'm going to this event or I'm gonna have a drink. Okay, so what could you trade out for that drink, right? Because you're still talking about not gaining. So we're talking about not gaining. Have your drink. If that's what you're doing, you have your drink, but then what could you exchange for that? What could you swap out so that you can have your cocktail or whatever you're gonna have and then still be safe where you don't gain? So that's fun. That's always fun to do with the healthy holiday eating hacks, because it's sort of like an adventure. Oh, here we are with the other trail that we talked about being safe on. So it's an adventure to be able to navigate those spaces, and especially if it'll be your first time, because then you get a chance to actually see, oh, I can do this. Like all of these years, I've been out here overeating and I ain't have to do that. I did not have to overeat. And you can have those things that you want to eat. You can have the things you want to eat. We're gonna hunt for, we're gonna explore for those healthier options of the things that you like to eat during the holiday season. So if y'all have, ideas of the types of food that you want us to go eat, let us know. What kind of foods do you want to see? Like, what can I swap out? Like that one item that you just gotta have during the holiday. Like, I don't have this no other time of the year, but I gotta have it during the holidays. What's that? What's that item? Do you need to swap out for that? How can you make it healthier? But sometimes, depending on who's making it, you may be saying, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice it all for this, because I want this slice of red velvet cake that my Aunt Velma make. I'm just saying. I got bars. Y'all told y'all that. I got bars. So I am going around to the parking lot. I'm gonna keep you all with me. I hope that sun is not too bright for you all, because it's bright for me. It is bright on me, but I like the sun. Okay, it went down. Well, not down, but behind the clouds, so I can see a little bit better. But thank you all for hanging in the self-care suite on this Sunday. We're gonna see you all next week. I'll make my way around. So say ta-ta. Ta-ta. We're heading out. So I appreciate the pivot that I had to take today, or else I wouldn't have been able to show you all a local park. And this is a nice local park. Nice local park. So explore in what I like to call your own backyard. There's so many gems. And when I'm out and about, especially when I go into the city of Chicago, by it being so urban, and so big, I do like to give people views of those options that they wouldn't have otherwise thought were available to them. And they are, right in the city. Most of them are free. Hey, Beefy. Oh, hey, Beefy, how's it going? How's it going? We're winding down now. I'm headed back out of the park, and we're winding down for today. But meet us back here in the self-care suite next Sunday. We're hitting the trail. We're hitting one of the trails in the forest preserve. Ew. We're going out in the woods. We're going out in the forest. But it's not one that's deep in the forest. And there is a water feature. So we're going to go chasing waterfall. We're going to be chasing a few waterfalls next week. So come back on Sunday. We are here Sundays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We would love to have you chime in. All right, y'all, I'm going to sign off because there's a big family And I don't want to be putting folks on the video. All right, so let me sign off. Let me pause. Y'all take care. Peace. All right, tubers. Peace.